Hello, Infinite. So it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. I've been really moving around the community more and not being so much on social media. But I realized for my beautiful 13 subscribers that I should come back and share with you guys more than I've been doing. So, hola. Um, what I've been talking about a lot lately, especially on the Facebook page, is chakra cleansing and healing. And I'm noticing that a lot of people really have this limited mindset when it comes to meditation, when it comes to chakra healing, um, feeling very much like that's the type of thing that certain people do as opposed to others. And so I just wanted to do a quick video and just have it to be, put out there that some things are things that you can attach yourself to, and other things are things that are attached to you, regardless of whether you like it or not. Okay? Meditation is a little bit like time. You know, time goes whether you participate in it or not. You can spend the next 10 years laid up in your bed, not doing anything. That's not going to stop you from getting 10 years older. Same thing with meditation. So ironically enough, we all meditate anyway, right? We're constantly thinking about something, whether you're sitting on the bus thinking about that argument that you had yesterday, whether you're sitting in a car at a red light thinking about all the work you need to get completed, whether you're thinking about whatever, there are things that we focus our attention on and we focus it on heavily. What usually ends up happening is that we focus a lot on the problem and not a lot on the solution. And so, if you know anything about manifestation and the way the mind works, the way life works in general, that which you focus on the most is going to become abundant, is going to multiply itself. And that's what happens. And we get really uh, frustrated and, we don't understand why we keep having problem after problem after problem, but it's because this is what you're focusing on. This is what your mind is on, so this is what you're going to send out into reality. It's just the way it works. When I suggest chakra healing, balancing, or meditation, what I'm actually suggesting to you is that you grab hold of your life, that you grab hold of your thoughts, that you set intentions, that you say, to yourself, okay, I have this problem, but I'm not going to focus on the energy of it being a problem more than I'm going to focus on how am I going to make this work for me? How am I going to find a solution? How am I going to turn this frown upside down and make it a huge big smile? Right? So that's meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting cross-legged, Indian style, um, lum, which is cool. You can do that. It's super dope. It's super relaxing. Those vibrations really do get things moving. But it doesn't have to be that, right? So if I'm proposing to you that you're actually meditating when you're sitting and stewing over things, but that's just meditation on a really low vibrational level, allow me to also propose to you things that you can do to raise your vibration. So that may be dancing, that may be singing, that may be writing, that may be artwork, that may be volunteering somewhere, that may be offering someone a kind compliment, that may be laughing, that may be just smiling, that may be, it's such a vast amount of things if it is raising your vibration, right? Not your adrenaline level, which is something completely different. People can get a high adrenaline off of doing things that are just like reckless and reckless to others, and that's your business. I'm not talking about your adrenaline levels, excuse me. I'm talking about your actual vibrations. I'm talking about your posture. I'm talking about the ability to be able to see things in more of an overview and not just these two eyes. Sometimes, all times, it's difficult to see a thing for what it is when you're submerged in it. And so when you raise your vibrations and you come into this place of being detached emotionally from the things that go on in this 3D, then you are raising your vibrations. You're seeing the situation. And more than likely you're going to be able to see how to make that into something positive or how to find a solution. You're going to be able to see that because of where you're sitting, right? If I'm sitting in shit, it might be hard for me to see how to clean the shit up. I can't see through all the shit. If I'm above it a bit and I'm looking down at it, oh, okay, I didn't even see those Clorox wipes over there, in the left hand corner because it's covered with shit. I can't see through the shit. You understand? I hope I'm making sense to you. So, another thing, which is probably something I should have talked about prior to talking about the chakras, is perspective, right? I am someone who knows, and it's not even just about spirituality, even on a practical level, a very earthly, scientific, mathematical level, right? We know that there are other dimensions. We know that just because we can't see certain shapes and forms and realms with these two eyes doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. We also know that energy is a very infinite source, right? Energy, and that energy can be transmuted, transformed, it can transcend, it can go into other dimensions, right? And I want to say that everything has spirit, um, a roach, a rat, a squirrel, people, everything has spirit, that's what keeps you going. But I do feel like everyone and everything does not necessarily have soul. Is there like an infinite test that one can take? I don't know anything about it. But probably if you're listening to this right now, more than likely you're infinite soul, right? Well, given that, given that we know that there are different forms, given that we know that there are different dimensions, it made me begin to wonder, okay, well then why did I either choose or was chosen, whichever way you want to say it? I look at things in more of a co-creative sense and, that I'm working with, um, and not necessarily just for, you know what I mean? So it's a co-creative thing for me. And so why did I choose to come to this dimension and this body at this time, to this family, to this circumstance? What about that? What am I supposed to do with that? Right? So if you're anything like me, whether you would believe you were chosen or you were chose, it really doesn't matter. You're here. Right? I know for me, I don't set myself up to lose. So therefore anything that happens in my life becomes uh, an obstacle. It becomes for me, what was I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to do with this? And it really gives leadway to a lot of freedom because in that way, I don't look at other people and say, oh, you're a horrible person. You did this or you did that. Or I'm a horrible person because I did this or I did that. No, there's something to learn from that. Can you always learn something from a situation and still have a ongoing relationship with that person that uh, that energy came through? No, not necessarily. But you could take it and you learn something from it. So this is how I see life. You understand? I'm a soul, your soul, we're infinite beings. We came here, whether co-creatively, by your choice, by somebody else's choice, however you want to, whatever, came here and decided to incarnate into this dimension, into this particular body to do a particular job. And no one else on this planet has the ability, the intent to do what it is that I'm here to do. And the same goes for you. There's great work to be done. There is unity to be achieved. At the same time, there's no sense in unity if there's no direction, if there's no compass, if there's no collective, clear way and goal. You know what I mean? So that is why I encourage for people to go within themselves, right? Even when you start talking about the earthly punishments and this system, this government that we're under, and you know, its tactics and violence, and I don't care what you're talking about. The answer is there, right? So for a lot of men, they say to me, well, when they come and start, being violent, raping, coming in your house, marching us off to this place and that place, and trying to enslave us in this way and that way again, and blah, 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 blah. Spirituality ain't going to help them. Actually, it is, right? Because spirituality doesn't consist of people namye horenge curing, kumbayaing, peace and peace and peace and all the time. That's not what spirituality is. Spirituality is getting in touch with your whole self. Sorry, I got a message. Spirituality is getting in touch with your whole self, right? And because the creator is infinite, because source is infinite, there's so many different aspects, right, that have to come together to achieve this huge goal. So in that way, some people are going to align their chakras and get in touch with themselves and find out that they are warriors. You know what I mean? And find out that they are capable of doing great damage to those that pose harm to them. And somebody would say, oh, well, that's not spiritual. It is. It is spirituality. It can, contain all aspects. The thing about spirituality and alignment is that no matter what it is that's in you, whether it's warrior, whether it's, Mother Teresa, it doesn't matter. When you're aligned, you know how to wield that power accordingly and responsibly. You know what I mean? You know not to get egotistical about it. You know not to get angry and then do this. You know, oh, well, okay, yeah, this person is coming at me, but it's not really the same thing like this energy. This is more you are now seeing with your third eye. You are seeing beyond the surface of things, and you're able to put things together, right? Put things in their place. And this is all from going within yourself. And there's no drama and no stress attached to this. Why? Because drama and stress only comes when we try to control everything outside of ourselves, right? This boss, he drives me crazy. These children drive me crazy. This man, he drives me crazy. This woman drives me crazy. This friend, this that, this landlord, this rent, this blah, 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 blah. All things that we can't control, and our minds are like this all the time. You don't have no stillness, no peace. The moment that you get still, you get peaceful, and you go within yourself, excuse me, and you go within yourself, well, that's where your power is, because that is what you can control, right? And then meditation is actually the first step in magic, right? Even if you're not a spiritual person, think of someone successful that you admire, that you look to in any way. Ask them. Listen to their interviews if it's someone famous. They'll tell you that it started here. It started in the mind. You have to see it first. You have to meditate on it. You have to visualize it. You have to set it up. You have to write it on your vision board in order for you to begin to manifest it. That's magic. That is magic. Intent, will, dedication, right? Giving your attention to a thing. That's not what I wanted to say. Another word that was like Asian, so it could all go together, but whatever, it didn't work out that way. Anyway, the point is, okay, you can have anything that you want. And so when you live your life and you see you have a lot of things in your life that you don't want, don't think that that's by coincidence. Don't think that that's out of your control. It's like that because you've allowed things to get out of your control. It's like that because you've given your power to something outside of yourself. Sit still. Meditate. Try it. You know what I mean? Try it. Like I said, you can dance and you can do other things. All those things raise your vibration too, right? And I'm trying to make it very relatable to everybody so that it's something that people want to do, because the treasure in it is just amazing. And I just want that to be just spread throughout all of the universe, because it's just so amazing. And so I want to make it something hit too. You could dance, you could sing, and you can do all of that. At some point, though, sit still. At some point, do sit still. If you need some type of guided meditation, because sometimes it seems like all the negative uh, thoughts in the world comes to your mind as soon as you make the decision to sit down and be positive. Let me tell y'all something. My hair's a wreck, and I had no business coming up to y'all after all of these months of not checking in with my hair looking like this. And I do apologize to you guys because I care. And I should have fixed it because I did some Facebook videos, and I could have did something to this before I hopped on to talk to y'all. But I got so excited about really just feeling the urge to come back on that I just did it. So next time I'll make sure all of this is pleasing to the eye. Apologies for that. But yes, but definitely just, don't limit yourself in the power that chakra, meditating, prayer, you can call it. Don't, sitting still and just really taking it all in, sitting still and really just detaching from the emotion of it all and being able to have a kind of like an overlook position and really sort things out. Don't limit yourself, and don't shut yourself out of your own blessings and your own manifestation for fear of the unknown, or for, how do I want to say it? I want to say like, everything has become so cultish. It's like this group of people does this group of people does that, and I don't do that, so I'm not this. And you can be anything you want to be. You can do whatever you want, but whoever you are, no matter what, if you're in this 3D, there's a need to align. There's a need to get a hold on this thing, get a grasp on this thing, so that we can steer this goddamn thing. You know what I mean? And make it what it's supposed to be. Make it your best life. Have fun. Turn up. Like, all of that. You can do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't reduce meditating and prayer and chakra cleansing to this mundane and boring and very spiritual place with no validity and no force on the earthly plane. I guess that's what I'm saying. Understand that or overstand, even however you want to say it, that your power is truly within you. And when you grab hold of that is when it's going to manifest through you and touch everything that you could possibly set your eyes on, and probably even further than that, right? So I love you guys, and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to keep it under 20 minutes, and I did, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I will look better next time for you guys, and I love you. Chakra healing is where it's at. Meditating is where it's at. Getting in touch with self is where it's at. Okay, so nothing but solution-based proactivity, right? Let's focus on the positive. Let's tackle that negative, and let's get this party going, right? This party going. That's so corny. That's because I was going to say, I was going to curse. I'm trying to stop cussing so much. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.